Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another video. So, kind of messed this one up a little bit. Should have gone fishing yesterday because the weather was pretty decent to do some springtime fishing. And now look what I'm dealing with. Snow. But you know what? We're gonna go down. We're gonna try to fly fish a nymph down there. See if we can hook into a brown or brook trout. This place that we're going is pretty heavily stocked. So there's a good chance that we will be able to catch a fish, but given that it rained and snowed all night, the water level is going to be high and probably going to be a little cold. But there's only one way if we're going to find out if we're going to catch fish, and that's what we just got to go down and do it. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Either way, it's going to be fun. Yeah, so I'm fishing a hare's ear nymph here. Probably should be using an indicator. But I've never used an indicator. Those of you who are new to fly fishing and don't know what an indicator is, I guess the way to look at it is like it's a bobber. So the way that I've always done it is that you watch your line and you keep it mended and you keep it tight, and you actually see it move. And you've got something here. Oh, there we go. Ah, there we go, everybody. First trout on the old friggin' 3 weight, 6 foot fly rod. Now, I don't have very strong line on here, so I gotta be real careful. Man, feel the action in that rod. Whew. Now look at what I'm doing with my reel here. I don't have any slack. Reel it up, because once you have slack, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You're gonna be stepping all around that. See how I'm letting them run? Oh man, Orvis, this rod is killer. Right now I'm just wearing them out. This feels like it's either a good fish or this rod's just crazy. Probably a little bit of both. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna keep slowly pulling him. I'm gonna keep him out of the rips here, because once he hits the rips, then that's gonna be bad. Oh, that's a brook. That's a nice brookie. We're just gonna keep playing him here. Gonna keep playing him. Man, that's freaking killing. That's awesome. Just keeping the trick is that you want to keep the line tight. Let him work the rod. Let him work that line. Not put too much tension on him, and just let him work. Tire him out. And then when he runs, just let him take that line a little bit. That's all. Man, look at that freaking brookie. And I'm holding the line tight like that. But when he runs, I'm just letting him take it. I can already feel him getting tired. Yeah. That's a nice brookie. I forgot my net. Dang, rookie move. Okay, I'm just gonna pull him up here. Once I get him close enough. There we go. This is a 3 weight, 6 foot Orvis Superfine carbon. I love that sound of the reel when it starts running like that. Oh, shoot. Don't want him to get caught up in the weeds here. I hope I'm getting good video for y'all. Oh man. Foul hooked him a little bit. Oh, I did foul hook him. Look at that brook trout, everybody. Hope you can see that. Dang. Nice stocked brook trout. That one's probably about 13, 14. I'm gonna snap a picture with him and call it good. Like I said, I can't really see where my GoPro is, so hopefully you guys can see. Man, beautiful trout. Hope you all can see that. First brook trout of the day on a hare's ear nymph. Just let him kind of get his wind back here. His oxen back. There he goes. Beautiful fish. The old Orvis Superfine did not disappoint. What a wild little rod. That was sweet. Oh, hey, we got another one. That one kind of feels like a smaller. Oh, that's another brookie. Huh. Wow. That's trout number 2, everybody. Literally second, third cast back in. This one's not as big. I'm just gonna pull him up. Actually, oh, a little skinny one. All right, everybody. So I'm just taking some pictures here, but I don't know if you can see it or not. Like I said, my GoPro, I can't tell if it's on or not. But look at that hook set right there on that hare's ear. Just barely hooked. That's one reason why I love fly fishing, because they just barely hook them. But brook trout have got to be my favorite fish to catch, just because they're so absolutely beautiful. So the thing is with fly fishing, a lot of people overthink fly fishing here. They think, oh, you got to have the perfect cast. If you don't have a good cast, then you're not going to be good at it. And that's not true. It's just like fishing a lure, really, or a worm. It's not so much about the cast, it's where you place it. And it's all about presentation. Lures are the same way, in all honesty. Oh, there he was. I missed him. He spit it. That was my fault. Thing is with nymphs, you got to be paying attention, because they take them so subtly. They're so subtle. Ultimately, that's what you're doing with fly fishing, is you're just imitating what they're eating. Same thing with just regular fishing, anything. So if you're nymph fishing and you forget an indicator, it doesn't mean you can't nymph fish. You just gotta watch. Just gotta watch your line. And as soon as it starts doing something different, you set it. Oh, that's a big one. That, oh man, that was a good one. See, that's why you gotta be paying attention. I did not even feel that take. He took that one so subtle. I went to go cast again, and then he was right there. Those of you who are curious, I have bought flies in the past, but I typically like to tie my own. I always have. Through work, I got a little busy, so for the past few years, I haven't been able to tie as much. But one thing that's great about tying your own flies, one, it's cheap, but also you can tie them so that your flies sit the way they're supposed to. Like for an example, dry flies, a lot of times when they're store-bought, they'll put too much hackle on the front and then they'll sit face forward. And that's not the way you want them to sit. You want them to sit so the hackle is down and the tail's down too, So they sit flush so they look like a dry fly. If they're sitting on their face, oh! That might be bottom. Yeah, I think that's bottom. Anyways, like I was saying, a lot of times with store-bought dry flies, they won't sit right. And with fly fishing, presentation is everything. Like, you can have the most beautiful cast, but if you do not have good presentation, it's not gonna work right. There we go. I felt that one. Oh, that's a beautiful brookie. That is a freaking beautiful one. Oh, I don't want him to get in the rapids here. I don't want him to get in the weeds, I mean. Look at the belly on that freaking brook trout. Dang. Look at the bend in that rod. Jeez. The old Orvis. Look at that brook trout. Beautiful brook trout. Back in the water you go. Boom. Lively little bugger. Those of you who are wondering, these are stocked brook trout. I know I said that earlier, but that's fine because it's brook trout. And you know, this is a lot of fun. And those of you who are learning, man, why can't I cast right? Here we go. There we go. Too busy talking. Those of you who are learning how to fly fish, don't worry about what kind of fish you're catching. I actually learned how to fly fish catching pickerel and bass on a Mickey fin when I was a kid. Talk about fun. You know, it doesn't matter what you're catching, because if your goal is to catch brook trout, you just got to learn how to catch them first. I will say, everybody, the action on this rod's great. It does cast well, but it takes a little bit trying to find that sweet spot. Freaking love it though. If they're not making this one anymore, I'm gonna have to look at maybe the Recon or maybe the Glass, because I gotta have another one of these. That was a good cast. See, once you find the sweet spot, you can snap it right where you want it to, but just gotta find the sweet spot, you know what I'm saying? What a lot of fun. So the reason why I keep rolling my line like that is because you don't want to loop in your line. It just pulls it makes the fly move all weird in the water, and you want it to look, like I said, you know, I can't stress this enough, you want it to look as real as possible. So those of you who don't stream fish much, one way to catch fish, the best places to look, one, these big pools are nice with the foam patches, they have a lot to hide, but the most important thing is that rip right there. That is bringing food down the river into this pool. So anywhere where it's slower moving right here, like right in there, that's really nice water. I'm just having really good luck right here, so I'm just sticking to it. Oh, what do we got? Dang. Whoa, that's a big one. See, sometimes, man, I get talking, not paying attention. Sometimes those flies are taking them so subtle, I can't even feel it. Most of the other ones I felt them taking, or I've watched my line, but I got talking about this part of the river right here, didn't even notice. So when you're fly fishing, paying attention, that's what indicators are good for, is that they do give you a better indication whether or not a fish is taking your fly. Look at the bend in that rod, that is beautiful. Look at that. So I started fishing with Orvis gear a few years ago. I used to always fish with LOB and stuff, but yeah, I decided to change it up a little bit. See what I'm doing here? There's no slack in my line. I'm holding the line tight. If he gives me a real good run, I'll let him run. And that's when you can hear the snap in the reel. But what I'm doing is I'm just letting him work. Just letting him tire himself out, that's all. Thing is I love about fly fishing is that, front one, it's super fun. Two, I mean, like, look at the rod, that's beautiful. Three is that you're not using big treble hooks. Not saying I don't, I do. Like, I do fish with trebles, like spoons and that kind of stuff, but you don't need to. And when you hook these fish, a lot of times it's just right in the corner of the mouth. Geez, that kind of looks like a brown. No, it's another brook. Yeah, I foul hooked him. Ah, I foul hooked him. He felt big, but we'll bring him in here and get him unhooked. That's probably why I didn't feel him. It's probably because I foul hooked him on the way through here. Probably swirled at it, which happens sometimes. All right, everybody. I broke my fly off. I do have another one of those. I'm gonna try something different here. This is called a copper john, but it's not copper. It's like a green copper john or green john, I guess is what you'd call it. I don't know. Don't worry about so much about the names. Just worry about color and size. What am I? Nope. There we go. So that bead head, that's just a nymph with basically a weighted head. I'm hoping that maybe that color, they're gonna want it. Man, they were loving that hare's ear. There it is. Oh, nice. On the copper john. That's a really nice one. Holy cow. I either foul hooked him or he's really good. Man, I can feel every, look at that. I can feel every shake on that fish. So we want to really work him because that tippet, that tippet's not very strong. Wow, feel that. Look at that. Look at my rod. Unbelievable. I think I foul hooked him. I can see the tail flipping around. Oh, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful brook trout. Let's get him back in the water so he can live another day here. Whew. Well, not much to say about today except holy freaking awesome. We caught a lot of big brook trout. So super excited I got to get some action on that new Orvis rod that I have. I got it last year and I wasn't able to fish with it. But that is a Orvis Superfine Carbon 6'2" weight. I thought, I know when I was fishing I was saying 3 weight, but I have another 3 weight that I absolutely love. But that 2 weight, holy cow, was that awesome. So those of you who like fishing streams, small streams, what have you, look at getting a 2 or 3 weight. The casting, you're not going to be able to throw as much line as you are with a 6 weight or 5 weight. But I tell you what, when you hook a fish, it is absolutely phenomenal. The action is crazy. Also, you don't really need to cast far when you're fishing streams. Don't think too much about the cast. Think more about your presentation. So if you can just land that fly in the spot that you want to land it, worry about the presentation, not how many times you can cast. It's not about the cast. It's more about your presentation. So thank you all for watching and staying tuned. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. Those of you know there's a lot of crazy things going on in this world, and so I've tried doing my part a little bit. I started a GoFundMe for Feeding America. Check out my Instagram page, T Spence Videos, or my Facebook page, T Spence Outdoors, and you can see it on there if you wish to donate. If not, share it. Maybe somebody else will. But it's to help out through this COVID-19 epidemic. So also I've got some gear coming. I've got some shirts and some hats. They are super comfortable. Those of you who are familiar with Rudis know exactly how comfortable their stuff is, and I'm really excited to get the gear in, so that I can start showing you all. I want to start steering the gear that I'm selling towards all of you, fishermen, outdoorsmen, hikers, everything, and have really comfortable gear for you. So stay tuned on that. I did post some pictures on some designs that I had made up. So thank you for watching. Super fun day fly fishing, and until next time, everybody.